Take a deep breath, then you know. Take a deep breath.
They will be taking a real close look at stopping this when, look at this action. Pacquiao, 3 shots. And when do you see Oscar De La Hoya stand back and take stuff like this? And yeah, because of his legacy and what he's done, they're letting him have another round, and he has to take advantage of it now, or there may not be another one.
Well, they talked about history in the making and comparing this guy to the great Henry Armstrong, who won 3 world titles in 3 different classifications. Just the fact that Manny Pacquiao has come up 2 world titles in 2 different classifications, fighting this one, even though it's not a world title fight. To beat Oscar De La Hoya the way he's doing it would be significant.
And Oscar, that barely stopped at 135 on the way up here and then jumped 2 more. And he's making himself look as good at 147 as he's been anywhere.
Now, Oscar hasn't been able to get off. He hasn't been accurate because of the movement of Pacquiao. Pacquiao's been on his toes the entire fight, and Pacquiao's had more power than Oscar. I mean, it's been all Manny Pacquiao tonight.
We have never seen Oscar De La Hoya in as tentative a position throughout as he's been here, and he has to try and summon 1 last ounce of something because he needs it now, and Pacquiao still stands and slugs with him after getting hit.
Now, remember that Oscar De La Hoya has been a great champion, and 1 big hand could change the course of this fight. But it's a stretch right now in the 8th round as he continues to get outboxed by Manny Pacquiao. Oscar needs to do something sensational, and he's got to do it with tremendous power if he's going to pull this fight out now. The great fighters can do it, and he certainly has been a great fighter throughout his career. Let's see if there's 1 more miraculous move on Oscar De La Hoya. As I say that, Pacquiao pours the pressure on him, and this might be the miraculous finish of the career of Oscar De La Hoya. Pacquiao really labeling him and blasting him with left hand, right hand. Oscar's got to get out of the corner. When he feels the ropes, he needs to do what Freddie told Manny, and then slide down the ropes and get out of there. This is no place to fight this guy.
He's spending more than half the round on the ropes now out of fatigue and out of being shell-shocked.
The chant goes up, Manny, Manny, as the crowd turns in favor of Pacquiao. The left eye of Oscar De La Hoya is practically shut, and now he's working on the right eye of De La Hoya. Nobody's been down. De La Hoya's been shaken on a couple of occasions, especially in the last round. For the first 2 minutes and some of this round, it's been Pacquiao outboxing him again, forcing De La Hoya back to the ropes. Feigning as everything that Freddie Roach has told him to do, he's executed.
And we've seen De La Hoya again on the ropes at the Sanctuary. No place to win a fight.
And look at that. Just as Freddie told him, he walked right back to the center of the ring. And now this is one thing that, again, the corner of Pacquiao, they don't want him to hot dog it. Finish this guy off if you can. Don't mess with this guy. And the power shots are right downstairs. And look at Pacquiao battle to the end of the 8th round, trying to stop Oscar De La Hoya in his tracks. But that ends the 8th, another Pacquiao round. Well, if we were wrong in the 3rd round, slightly giving that to De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao's won every other round. And my score
that looked a little better.
Hey,
you have a headache?
No se siente nada.
Oscar. Oscar.
No tiene nada.
You have a headache? Are you dizzy?
Huh?
You have a headache?
Okay, listen. No. Listen. If you keep taking punches, I'm stopping the fight. Okay?
Well, you heard Tony Weeks say, if you keep on taking punches, I'm going to stop the fight. So I would say that you might be seeing the last round in the career of Oscar De La Hoya.
Ninth round.
Okay. To the point where the first time Pacquiao gets De La Hoya in trouble, that might be it.
Well, Tony Weeks flat out said, I'm not going to let you take any more head blows. He knows he's 35, and it's all over. The fight is stopped. It's all over. De La Hoya can't answer the bell for the 9th round. It'll go as a technical knockout victory after 8 for Manny Pacquiao. An upset, a huge upset. A tremendous victory for Manny Pacquiao. Now on the horizon, a huge payday. Probably in the spring, probably in the UK, probably against Ricky Hatton,
who just happens to be here tonight. And what a moment for Manny Pacquiao. executing his fight plan beautifully. The side-to-side movement, darting in and out. And these guys were not on the same level tonight. This is as fine a performance, wire to wire, as we've ever seen from Manny Pacquiao. We've seen him overcome adversity. We've seen him come back from tough situations, but this was dominant from the beginning of the fight.
Well, if Freddie Roach, from what he said from the get-go, that Oscar can't get off anymore, it certainly looked that way for me from the very opening bell of this fight, that he couldn't get off. And, you know, a lot of that, you got to give the credit to the speed and the fight plan that Pacquiao had for De La Hoya, but De La Hoya looked tentative from the get-go.
He did, when he walked in the building.
Yeah, you said he didn't look comfortable at the weigh-in, walking in the building, in his dressing room, and certainly not in the ring.
And surprisingly, he didn't put on the extra weight to be a bigger fighter where he'd be more natural. He was actually the smaller fighter in here. And when he got into that ring tonight, it just wasn't there for him.
I'd like to know who in the corner of De La Hoya decided it was Oscar himself or somebody else, and we probably won't know.
Might have been a ringside inspector, because Oscar De La Hoya had acknowledged to Tony Weeks that, that he would stop it in the next round if there was trouble. And then a ringside inspector went in there right after that, and maybe they just had another opinion that, okay, let's not waffle on this. Let's also remember, Tony Weeks was here with the when Levander Johnson passed away in his fight. He's got that on his mind too. All these things weigh in.
Well, Tony had told him, if you take any more headshots, I'm going to stop it. And maybe Oscar just decided, you know, it's not going my way. Maybe it is time. You know, he talked about he doesn't know when to retire. I think it's time.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't want to go out with a performance like this, but
there was the inspectors talking to Oscar, and a consensus, and he came right over and congratulated Manny Pacquiao. Yeah. You can't remember a time when Oscar De La Hoya got hit so much, and you can't remember a time when Manny Pacquiao got hit so little.
Well, in Pacquiao's last two fights has been nothing short of sensation. I mean, he beat a terrific David Diaz. Here's the official announcement.
Here at the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, we turn a page in boxing history as this fight comes to an end. The official time at the end of round 8, referee Tony Weeks calls a halt to the bout. The winner by TKO victory, and still the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, the fighting pride of the Philippines, Manny Pacquiao.
Well, all in all, just a brilliant performance by Manny Pacquiao, Dave. There's not much more you can say. De La Hoya, whether we ever see him fight again, I don't know, but he certainly had a marvelous career with his 10 world titles, but he just didn't have it tonight.
No, he didn't have an ounce of anything. It all had gone from him. He looked like a guy who had lost too much weight to make weight and then had nothing left. Pacquiao was practically flawless in this performance.
Well, we mentioned before the fight, we've seen guys come in with cut bodies, but that doesn't translate to being able to get off with punches. And if anything was clear to me from, you know, the first couple of rounds right away, that he just couldn't get off. And look at the very end of the fight where Pacquiao is just...
He's really putting the pressure on at the end of round 8. Almost puts Oscar De La Hoya down. The right eye's closing, and after this, they'll go to the corner. And what they're monitoring is what kind of fight he has left.
You did this to